Hello, everybody. This is Tim Koeser and my wife, Rosie Koeser.
Hello.
We want to talk to you today about the financial problems in our country because kind of some the election is going to be finished now. They've gone into voting,
Yeah, that's true.
so after the winners are selected, then they have to go to Moresby and they have to form the government.
That's true.
So usually, I think since 2007, 2006, I ran or I supported candidates uh, in the election, but I didn't run this year because I can see that the country just doesn't have any money, and there's there's not a lot that we can do about it because no I place logo Dino and more money now.
Yeah, that's true.
All got a country now, so America and Europe and all these different places because this all heavy low Ukraine and this kind now. And all money belong all got big heavy.
Yeah. Even COVID-19.
COVID-19 to all this kind of something been come up now. So I'm disturbing money. So what's going to happen now is that awesome after the winners, some of the old members
Mm-hmm.
will re-win again, and then you'll have new members that win.
Mm-hmm.
Now, all got by also historically now, all got by go to Moresby, all by divide inside different camps, and then find out who's going to form the government.
Yeah.
So we want to talk about that because listen, the time to form a government is the most important time
Yeah, that's true.
because then by affecting one is something and come up for 5 years. Okay, so time you plug time when the members go down to Moresby now, there's going to be different groups and then there's going to be different leaders in those groups,
Mm-hmm.
and they will have some kind of topisin, some kind of reason, argument why
Mm-hmm.
you should join their group.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the biggest problem that we have now in the country
Mm-hmm.
is money.
Yeah, that's true.
So where are we going to get the money from?
Mm.
So whoever asks you people new member, the members for this new parliament, if they ask you to join their group, you must ask him all, where are you going to get the money from to run the country? Because now people are looking, you think one of them darling, lo side blow money, lo side blow house sick now.
Oh, I'll see. Even the rice and the oil, flowers, people had to afford to buy those things. Like people in wow, it's okay because we have gold. But think about the people who live in settlements and all this. Where will they get the money? Where will they get the money to afford the life living? So it's really hard because we don't have the money in the country at the moment. Which prime minister will fix the problem?
Oh, because the money low on them.
Yeah, I'm hard ya. Ose na time sa election bla. Fada bla mi rex set. Mi talk out na mi talk straight ya. Mi to look good na makiman because this is wow. Em nubla district. It's a young lady. So ota man raise the marti mem. Na hamba this old man we now running no money. Hamba running sa district. Because this district it's a new district na no money nothing. We left with nothing. Even all Burki Bandri, everything go back to Bulolo. Even Hidden Valley went to Bulolo. Even Andy Creek went to Bulolo. Even PNG Forest went to Bulolo. So Wafi went to Bulolo. And wow, we have nothing in wow. Nothing. Nakedly. And come up this a district. So when the benefit of some so me been talk election pa Pablo Mirex, Mr. Toka Pati Molosem. You have to be wise. Wise. Wise kisim leader. Because this leader must concern na bagat money lo running this district. No one prime minister by nabla pekim sa money this dinaw. O the prime minister will say dinaw no bam like money lo running sa country. Money no got inside the country. Even say election now running stabia. There's no money to run the election. Like example now anta mibla lo nami. Early in the morning we wake up and they said the police said they don't have money. So you have to wait a bit and then later on the police will come with the ballot papers. So means so country doesn't have money. If if the country doesn't have money, then what about the people? So the thing is, look good, me pintokol man, look good the man, na vote man. So man by go inside the Sanubla district, na by bringing money come down. So him can run inside district. It's the same to the politician or man now go inside there.
Yeah, now one kind.
Same kind. You look good the man, but you go join him. No good you go the wrong man. And then you go stand na money way.
Money now, now. How about you?
Na sa prime minister go inside there. Eh pag sa money lo we. Where will he get the money? Where will he denow? Because denow overload business na stop here. Denow no hip stop here. One prime minister pick him too. How much the prime minister go inside no look denow na. Number you go name. Now can go inside the form you capman can go denow can, but you can still win a country can. Country now you look no got money na. All two suffer stop here. How much the bank blow sat down there? And then me plan go second the denow can, but black still win country. All two kisi time na stop here. All back him the denow someone. There's somebody. La release me outlet or something. He's been waiting for so long. Why not me come back long? I'm just break him down to the Sunday. Me no dinner. Then go ahead.
Well, Asan, there's so the way we see it, the way we understand it is that not all of the politician now and go inside and we got one plus solution to the problem. So what we're talking about now is we want to provide a solution. So the solution is two things. One is that the currencies now, all money, the US dollar, the euro, or any kind of money number, they're going to crash. So when those currencies crash now, it's going to make the price of gold much more expensive. So the good news about Papua New Guinea is that we have lots of gold. We have lots of
that's true.
natural resources. The
That's
problem is that the laws inside of our country disturbing mibla lo trying lo work money on top of this all resources.
Yeah, I'm straight in Ogiam.
So as politicians, what you have the power to do is you have the power to change the law. And you go inside the parliament and blow senisim law.
No.
So the law that is disturbing us now are these laws that are claiming all of our resources in the country.
Yeah, the indigenous rights blame me.
A law where the colonialists all been put in this law because all thinking all yet how about working money in the country blame me. So we have to go back and we have to change those laws. Kind of some also Misa asking me, why is it that kind of a Digicel or kind of a True Cut Rice or you call it one kind of company Coca-Cola who said work inside the Papua New Guinea? Why is it that Lo Sai Blongol also buying tax? Also working money, buying tax. Okay, why is it that when it comes to mining now, the government's involved, we got these companies involved, they own everything. Nah, something. Why can't we just start the operation so that our mining companies will just pay taxes to the government?
Yeah, that's true. I'm by all right, because some people money inside the country.
And we can open up more mining that way. So, you sabe, our human rights, our indigenous rights, our native rights, say that one is something stop inside the ground, do you mean? I'm sounding black. If you go and look at England in their common law, you sabe, England have come up in Mibla independence. So you may go back and look at common law. In their common law, they say if you own the top of the land, then you own everything underneath the land too. That's in England.
Now what about Papua New Guinea?
Now in Papua New Guinea, no. You own the top of the land down to 6 feet, 2 meters. Now, all of something like tumble this now. Government claiming. Okay, this is a human rights violation because people, indigenous people, were customary landowners.
Yeah,
we were
that's
here
true.
before this country ever got started. Before any white people came here or whatever, Europeans or who said been come. No line been come, na mibla been stopped. Okay, all two mibla, time all been stopped in this country. They didn't really understand the law. So, though independence was a good thing, because all been putting this all kind of law inside, look claiming all the resources now, and mipla no benefit on top of this or something. So one of the first things that we have to do is we have to take back ownership, and we have to give ownership back to the native people in this country. You're looking, and like Mrs. was saying when she was doing her speech, the point is that plenty politicians or some politicians inside the area belong all yet, inside the ground belong all yet, all in all something.
Yeah, that's true. They don't have resource. That's why I don't like him stakain. Lo allow him all people
You me
like
all
kissing.
Narbla who said he got. Kind of say, me want to marry me. Me bla big oil.
Yeah, we have resource. Oil and coal.
Lo murik lo kara. But we have ExxonMobil claiming ownership of that oil. So though we want to open it up, we can't do it because ExxonMobil is claiming ownership because the PNG government, because it's all lost up inside the PNG government, allow him all to claim this ownership. So time, mibla time lo kirabim, all companies or whatever, all investors who said, you say that. You don't own anything. ExxonMobil owns it. But you know, ExxonMobil isn't going to open it. So it's just going to sit there. You're thinking, this is the point. We need more mines opening up in Papua New Guinea. But because of all this bureaucracy and all these problems, red tape and everything that has to do with the government, it's very, very difficult to start a new mine.
That's true.
Kind of some people stop now. People stop and say, oh, wow. Now we have Hidden Valley Emran. But there's lots bigger gold deposits in Hidden Valley Stop. But those operations are not being opened up because because one company, one Australian citizen, he owns all of the. Somehow I'm claiming all this funding, and he owns all of the resources in the land. So he only wants to take it out a little bit at a little bit, whatever he can do, and then all of these other mining up possibilities inside this exploration area. I'll send out nothing next time. See, this is the point. We need to bring the ownership back to the people so that the people can deal with the investors or whatever, and we can include the government in that as a consultancy type of thing. But anyway, the point is that these more mines can be opened up so that and then paying taxes, so more revenue goes into the government. You look at Mr. Nubla Mining that come up there. Plenty of company time also come and set this deal. Well, they get deals so they don't even have to pay taxes.
Yeah, most of the company came inside the country, all not paying tax.
So all come out to more resource, all they know even buying tax, all they had working money. Now, legally through will give you a landowners now. I mean no working on the benefit too. Now plenty time, like at the LNG project, no one a payment come down. I mean how many years come up, no one something come up. See, the problem is the laws. Okay, the PNG politicians, you're the ones that go in to change the laws. And now, so one way is we have to take back our resources. We have allowed the entire world to come in and play with our constitution and play with our laws, and then just come inside the back door, now claiming, oh, there's something. So we have to change that. If we're going to have a chance to survive, we have to take advantage of the resources that God gave to us. You know, one government giving me blood this time. No, one foreigner been giving me blood this time, or one queen, or one king, or one who said number been giving me blood this or something. God gave it to us.
That's true.
But they've taken it away from us and they've used it to build their countries.
Yeah. Nami Papua New Guinea stabo sa wambla rubbish place. Where Papua New Guinea is the richest country. Na got a resource or karim na gola place flow na okin place flow kama place na. Mi bla stabo sa mi bla no money. So mi bla na bla stobis la kan hati got money bla kam sa Papua New Guinea ba ina stabo sa. Papua New Guinea ba kama wambla kan place but mi bla klo stop na white man oklo kam kemani bla na kar or sandi money na ogot sandi or kar gol hab longoled na. Mi bla klo stop fall stop.
See, the thing is too, when the PNG like Marape, he tried to take over Pogara. But he wasn't able to do it because the laws are against him. You see, you can't just do these things. You have to have a solution, a legal solution, because these companies, and by hardly you take over Longol or do anything against them because they're going to hit you in court. And court after court after court, and these things can drag on for 100 years or whatever. Now, maybe not benefit. So this is point 2 of what we're saying, how we can save the country. One is that we have to take over the resource ownership. Like, for instance, if the Papua New Guinea government can just change the law that gives ownership back to the resource owner, then me and my wife, we can open up our oil in Karao.
Yeah, that's true.
And just
we've been waiting for so long.
Just on that alone, that will totally change Papua New Guinea. Because we have already agreed that we're going to make all Papua New Guineans benefit shares inside the oil boom. Because I mean, like mama blow the oil. And by 150 million barrels a day, and by come out. And billions every day and by walking.
Even the government also have a penis as a Sunday, but I don't know why now local less law helping metal open as a Sunday. Because all got think to stop on the white man a kegel backside.
I think it goes back to this whole point where they only know got something inside the ground long all yet, so they still want to benefit.
Yeah,
So the one way they benefit with these foreign companies that come inside.
and plenty politician all look is a passing way. Only like help you all papa crown. Because this a politician all look is a passing yeah. Only the place all no resource. That's why all like on the white man. So time papa crown and talk look krabi sandy blong him. This a politician em no like him because me basta one the white man and me can benefit one the white man. That is a man meri no go krabi sandy because you know a resource the place play you. So si man got resource by eating us oh me got resource na em tu got resource so em no ki sandy the place play. Me support him and I'm krabi. For so long me blap in try and pass lo krabi the oil. How much yes me la walk him even me ta come start the place wow. Sinda na fight lesa something yet. Sinda na fight. You go sa something go inap somare to indai na stop yet. Na blacklist man blame me to one them.
I came back. God sent me back in 2005. Now I'm salami kam na I'm giving me this talk or some. You got one work lo make it la hapa. No one not man not making this work so still but you must go. So I didn't know what that work was. But as soon as I came down in 2005, they were trying to open up this oil thing in Carao, the place, but they wanted to move everybody out. And then my people asked me, should we move? And I asked around and I said, no, that's not a good idea. First, we have to set the contracts or whatever with the oil company, and then we can move. Okay, I didn't know it at the time, but that was Michael Samari's project. He wanted to open the oil. He was using other people's names, but he wanted to open up the oil. So I stopped it just because I thought it was best for our people, you know, that we had to make sure that we maintain ownership of the land. So when Michael Samari found out now, he asked, who stopped the project, and then they called my name, and then that was it. I got blacklisted, and there's this big conflict that happened between, because Michael Samari, we're all from the same tribe. Uh,
His nephew.
So I knew he was, and he was a sitting prime minister at the time. So I had to find the law. I had to study the law. So at the same time, around the same time, Ibn go Maritim Rosie, Ibn Salavanimo. And when I went to Vanimo, I found out by talking to the OPM,
Yeah, the
the,
OPM.
the leaders of the OPM, the rebels in Indonesia, and they were asking me,
Wamena.
the Wamena, I know, the Wamena were asking me, for my advice and stuff like that. So I was, telling them, listen, you have to be nonviolent and all this type of stuff. So I was giving them uh, suggestions for what to do. But the point is that I studied why they were complaining in the first place. And the reason why they were complaining is because Otolosem, this referendum all been kissim. It was a 7-man represented or a 6-man referendum taso. Now Ino been representing all the man Mary inside West Papua. So they want a new referendum so that all of the people can vote. So those 6 plus 7 plus man all been vote now all been transferring West Irian to Indonesia. So the conflict now is they want a new referendum. Okay, so I'll explain this on me now and click inside the head blooming. In Papua New Guinea, we never had a referendum.
That's true.
No, one time online been coming asking me, Sam, hey, you want Bell me to start in this country, or you want Bell as a constitution by put in? You say according to human rights and the normal democratic process, people must go through all this kind. You must kiss and talk right about people before you start doing all of these things. And no. So that was the start of it. I realized, we have a big problem in the country because of this referendum issue. Okay, that caused me to study further. Now, God too has been showing me something. And I don't want to go too long on this. I just want to explain this shortly. In the other videos, I explain in more detail about this. But God showed me a way to use my connection, my own familiar connection to Julius Caesar. Because me also have
Yeah.
man, white man passed to me. He's from America, but he's originally from Europe and from
Austria.
Austria, and then from Rome. Uh, so through his story, his Tumana story. So basically, I just want to explain it in a very simple way. In Papua New Guinea, we have landowners, we have land. Okay, we have Tumana stories
Mm.
that connect us to the land, to positions of authority, all the kind. And people will sit down and debate these things.
Yeah, that's true.
So that is the same for Europeans. They also have a Tumana story. Now all they got our boss Tumana Blongo, now one something all ground, whatever, but now all got story. Okay, planted this story. I'm saying stop. That's all. But you must go to university or whatever to understand this story. You know, also maybe some of the movies to talk to but you know, too much. So anyway, the Europeans also have uh, a two-minute story, and that two-minute story, if you look at everything that they have, their alphabet, the Roman alphabet, the Arabic numeric system, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, the
Mm-hmm.
Greek alphabet, all of these things came out of Rome. Julius Caesar, he exported all of those things out throughout his entire empire. Okay, he was assassinated. Some people not man been stealing name blame, kissing position blame, and then they started dividing the empire out. Dividing, and dividing. Now you look at Europe now, and we got all this different kind of countries or whatever and about stuff. That's all. They have different names. Like you have France, you have Spain, you have Germany, you have England, you have Italy, Portugal. Uh, you know, one in all countries, and they have different languages and all this type of stuff. But they use the same alphabet. They
That's
use
true.
the same numbers. Even though they're writing different languages, they're still using the same alphabet. You look at them. So the point is that in Papua New Guinea too, we have what 800 plus or close to 1,000
Yeah,
languages or something. But when we write, what letters do we use? The Roman alphabet. You
that's
look at them.
true.
What numbers do we use? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8,
Yeah,
9, 10. You see, it still goes back to Rome. Okay, so I challenge the Queen because the Queen is the one, Queen Elizabeth II and her ancestors. They're the ones that signed and authorized independence inside of
inside
Papua New
Papua
Guinea.
New Guinea. Yeah,
They're the ones that signed and they claimed all of the resources.
that's true.
So to stop this claim, I had to, deal with that issue. So how I dealt with it is I studied Queen Elizabeth II's two-minute story,
Mm-hmm.
and then I studied Julius Caesar's two-minute story, and then I studied my own two-minute story, and then I realized that inside of this whole royal thing and law about royalty and all this or something, or two-minute blame, I'm on top.
La Queen.
The Queen.
That's true.
The Queen, she's English. You think, man? Me, Losado two-minute, I'm Roman. So how did the English use the Roman alphabet? Well, because the Romans went up there and they conquered them and then they put their alphabet up there. You see? So you'll hear a thing called the imperial authority of the British Crown. Okay, imperial authority is Roman. It must have took place Roman. I'm talking about this thing, authority. This authority below Kirapi country or one kind of something, the overall authority. And now the Romans have been transferring this authority go law. The Crown of England now also stopped. So I sent off a legal claim because my name, just so I just keep it simple, my name is Timothy James Koeser. So if you translate the meaning of that name, it means that I am God's precious heir to Caesar. So I have birth certificates from England, from the Vatican, and from the U.S. government, all with my names on that name. So I sent a letter to them and I said, listen, I'm Julius Caesar's heir. So that means that I own the use and control of the Roman alphabet, the Greek alphabet, the Arabic numeric system, and so on and so forth. Plus, I have different positions that Tumanamad bin got long. Okay, the Queen of England and her government and everything, I'll stop underneath Lami.
That's true.
Losaiblo law, Losaiblo Tumana story, Losaiblo whatever. So still, they're my subjects. Of course, the Queen, like him, Mr. Tok Tok, yeah. You think because she's the Queen. You think, man. Now, all Prince Charles, Prince William, all these people are supposed to kiss the place blame or whatever. All two, all one bell. But this is a two-minute story. This is
It's a true story.
just like everybody in Papua New Guinea. You got the side stories. Now become the debate. Now find out who said and talk through and whatever and about. So I've been doing this for since 2012, and I should have 2012. So me been Salam Mr.
Yeah.
Pascal, the Queen, 2012, and I disputed her based on all these things because me talking about Sam Haram. Authority you kisim lang em, let us British Crown blue and become a tumanablo. So how na you kisim authority can now you come and say like area blo New Guinea where you know belong him now you claim him you use him authority blo me yet lo claim him on sunning blo me yet na blocking me yet you use him authority blo me yet lo blocking me yet so me talk no I disagree let us na me yet pa me kirabi sunning blo me now. So at that time too because I was blacklisted we didn't have a lot of money. The right thing is to go to court, right? We go to court now and by plus 13. So money no got. So what I tried to do, I tried my best to get arrested. And now, so
How many times?
so I wanted to be arrested for treason or whatever and about. But the Queen, yet, I've been talk silo group inside of Papua New Guinea, also,
Naka-arrest him.
not going to arrest him. Because also, I also me win inside the court. Because all the evidence me need him stop inside the encyclopedia.
Na
So,
even if pagarabim Queen too, na lo provincial tu sale pasi ko na provincial tu no kamda lo time lo open him sa provincial sovole. Na all call him smart stadium. Em no kamda. Mi bin ronwe lang em. True, em disa story em true la story. Em whole we savile sa story. Mi bin dusmen ma ronwe. Mi to ma yo kistabe na Queen na em kisi police na ami kam side em yet na or bakili em go na.
so then what happened was that me continuing this stuff, trying to get arrested, tried to say things to get me arrested, but nobody would arrest me. Okay, then some of my rivals against him, me inside the place me at, they used some backdoor deals inside the government, and they tried to have me deported. I believe that was in 2019. Okay, so in deportations in Papua New Guinea, it all goes to the Supreme Court, right? It doesn't go to the National Court or whatever. All deportations go straight to the Supreme Court. So now all of the talked up me to everything that I talked about the Queen, everything that I'm explaining now, all of this is something to been going to the court. And then in May 28th, 2020, I won my court case. The Chief Justice agreed with me, but they didn't release the decision for whatever reason. Okay, then there was an appeal. Some of the people that were against me or whatever, they tried to appeal. Okay, so it went all the way to May 28th, 2022. Now, Mipla Abrisimo, this appeal process. So the win is there. The point is that the PNG government is not releasing the win because the Marape government and all these types of people, they didn't want to release it.
That's true.
Because they know when they release that decision, it's going to have two things are going to happen. One is that all of the ownership of the resources is going to go back to the people because that was part of my claim.
That's it.
Okay, the other thing now, it's going to make me the head of state of Papua New Guinea. So instead of having a white queen in England, you'll have a black king from Papua New Guinea yet.
Yeah, na I'm something blue. I'm bloodline something blue. So why no like even sa something time? I'm bloodline something. One kind of simple Papua New Guinea dosa okay me. Something betul na blue me still sa kisi me. Me but also something betul na blue me. I'm ground betul na blue me. Na I'm something betul na blue me. I'm blue me. Na me go kisi me. I'm same. I'm custom blue Papua New Guinea. I'm same.
Exactly.
Na why not them something blue em? Na why now PNG Parliament or Philippine through the something? Na you know na blue giving sa something blue em. Because I'm pon head of state. I'm pon king. I'm bloodline belong straight. I'm tuguna belong straight. Julius is a come up me come down. I'm no nablo man. But I'm trying to kiss him so something. Papa Nikini Kapman must think so number input on man. Or even Queen at him must talk him also. No can recognize him. Larem and stop us. Was that Sabe all lock him stop?
The other thing that I won on the court case was the ownership and control rights over the Roman alphabet and the Arabic numeric system and all of these things. So whatever prime minister goes in, or even the whole parliament, you play got enough legal authority lokalapi queen. Okay?
That's true.
I'm still in by silence you play yet.
That's true. You gonna sign you okay promise me one him sign number and the queen. So you pine hard law talk queen. Because same people come to sign na uncle bang minta pinnya sumare looking and talk true. Misa la talk this all big man merit so misa pine hard na sa lilig mania. Mi look sa paper blang me am true ya. Em troki 1 plus 1 plus talk we misa tingim lang. So you tingim so but you not talk him because how about you go to the second big man marry? You hard lo court one the kind of man marry. Na him. Long him.
Oh, but hard lo court
one me because I'm royal blood no let all pa face him all let you go come to court. Because I'm to him royal. O se nemba court one the royal yet. Now all can go say through the world court too.
Now me court finish, now me win finish.
Never go say it.
This is the point. To save the country, we have to take back ownership of the resources. To save the country, we have to cancel these debts. This all Dinao, maybe have been Bungimo for how many 50 years now or how many years now in Papua New Guinea. The only way we're going to be able to get rid of those things is using the law. Okay, this is the mistake that we can take advantage of. Suppose you can agree one time. In 1975, when they set Queen Elizabeth II as the monarch of Papua New Guinea, all been violating pledge blongol. Because in the PNG Constitution, there's a pledge uh, for all the citizens of Papua New Guinea to guard and to pass on Christian principles. So if you look in the book of Deuteronomy, uh, you will see that God says, when you want to set a king, you must select a person that God yet selected. So of course, Queen Elizabeth's name is not in the Bible. Okay, who did God select? Well, we go to Jesus' kid, them talk about him. When it came to the tax and the government and everything, them talk who said by ruling this government, this ground, and talk Caesar.
Yeah, give to Caesar what is Caesar's.
So I am the only uh, descendant, only family of Caesar.
In Papua New Guinea.
Me born inside the country.
Yeah, that's true.
Me now picking me, but I was the first. Okay, the other thing that Deuteronomy says is that you do not give in the forana. You must give in the one family bleed.
Inside the you yet the house line bleed. Look na give him.
So me now pure America and me come up the bell pop in me. So I'm a PNG, and so I am your brother. I am your family. You see, so I will have a concern for you because this is my country. This is the place that I was born. The thing about. So the point is that what you guys need to do is you need to recognize me as the head of state according to the law, according to everything that's already been done, and then we can cancel all these denials because all they know been making me king. You see?
Yeah,
this is their mistake.
Before Lord give it dinner.
Before I'll give it dinner, before I'll start the country, 1975, I was supposed to put the name Timothy James Koeser inside the list of monarchy. Queen Elizabeth II. That is the mistake, and we can take advantage of that mistake.
Na you eat pa kuande mo lokot lo wol kote na cancel mo
sabi
problem lo all sabi minister so no like so all give him gonna na problem lo face him disappear. Why all give him tea now? All let violate him plan something.
Me been like mangi 2 years old. White man pops for me been like kissing go to America. No family blew me. You say at that time Chief Minister Sir Michael Somare and family blew me. So there was a group that tried to block Pops from bringing me to America. But my family, the elders of the tribe, they said, no, let him go. Because I'm going to sabe na bien am I karam ni sabe come inside. So from 2 years old, I grew up in America. Not in Australia, not in Europe, not in whatever. I grew up in the United States of America. So out of all of the clever white people in the world, the Americans are,
the first,
as far as negotiating and all that and talking and everything. But I grew up with them, and I became a leader with them and all this type of stuff. So I know how to deal with Americans. I know how to deal with Europeans. I know how to deal with white people because I've been dealing with them all my life. So when it's something you blow by piney hard, lo talking all. Me ba me talking all.
You eat pa court one day mole. Kisi go wall court na court one day mole. Pinisi mo ko sandi na even some sandi plus ta incha lo pa kar kampe kela Papua New Guinea.
Now I can do that because also I love me finish. Now off-right me finish because me come along all of this kind of talk controlling the Roman alphabet and everything off-right because me can cancel him any man by using the alphabet. You want the individual man or you want the group or you want the country or anything, and that's my power. That's my legal power. So God sent me to Papua New Guinea to help Papua New Guinea. Okay, God had Rosie and I get married to continue on this process to help Papua New Guinea. Okay, we've done everything. We're ready to help. But we need the new government
to help us.
To accept us.
That's true.
To accept us as family. Accept us as your brothers and sisters who are going to act in your best interest. Not in the best interest of some foreign companies or countries or whatever. No. In our best interest because this is our country.
That's true.
Don't look to foreigners to give you the proper advice because they will never give you the proper advice. They will only tell you what to do to become their slave.
And you know, man.
They will never tell you how to be free because they make money on your slavery.
That's true because all but think they money on the slavery. Also, now all but you come up slave law. Look, one blood you yet. Emba help you. That said, dino no blaga Papua New Guinea. Im to suman ba straight dino im to suman ba tok na fight na prosim sa dino im stop ya. You just look salang na come head of state. Na la remember deal one white man. Na you sinda no seamless.
No, you just relax that benefit and stop.
Na im karam kay kam na ba you kisim ya. You stop dasuna wait lo im kar kay. You put in up come up the head of state. Sit down wokone sandi stop. Sit down nothing stop ya. But them plat blongam. Samdi blongam. Samdi blongam pon king na stop. But pon inside of Papua New Guinea. Na pon pua. O se na queen hambag stop ya. Sa meri queen hambag because I'm dukuma sem pua. Na sobo sem ka mani queen kirapinis. Me mita drama kota welo kot na okistab ya. Mita ni sa freti wambla man o freti wambla lo wani something. Mita oki kaingen. Taso no ka man kisimta ko. Mi meri blam toke misa movie mia. Misa movie. Taso no ka man sa oki something lo mita. Because mita le tram ko sa lokot. Queen em sa sem. Mita ko sa lokot. Em ba out the city em sindania. Mi no freti sa meri queen too. You can travel America so you still sandi blam man blam ni islanda. O se na mi talk. You Papua New Guinea. You one kind capman now you form him sa capman you come up one kind you go holy prime minister seat or one kind. You look sale samana put him come up head of state. Now you relax national parliament. Now you found him that's all. Let him come up head of state na. Let him till one the white man. Let him made pokon side because this alphabet no got sandin emblong him. Emblong sandin blo tukuna blong him. One kind of simple Papua New Guinea talk. Hey this is sandin blo tukuna blong me ya. This is hand mark blo tukuna blong me. This is tukuna blong me fight na winning lang something. And one kind emba on side. Na emba talk sa side because tukuna blong fight na winning more something. Tukuna blong fight na poke got sandin. Na queen comes na andala something blong him stop.
Inside of Papua New Guinea, we are, inside of our tribes, because we're all tribal people, right? So you have the good hunter. Not, all the mans go hunting. Think about. You got one man also go out. Also go kill a pig, karakam, and also kill a pig. You think about. The problem is now, out in the world, pig. Emo sample kind of super monster or stop outside. Now you need some kind of very special or something to be able to killing this kind of monster na karakam the house. So that's the problem. Papua New Guinea only no savila how to killing this monster. That's all me. God giving me over to something where me need him now to go out. Now me can kill him all this monster na me karakam. Now you me by kaikaya. We're not telling you to do anything that is against your best interest. You think about we're asking you to do what's best for yourselves and for this country.
That's true. Me bla talk la side le dinao. Now dinao kili me bla na stable inside the country. Now usal pa peki sa dinao ya. Usal pa peki sa dinao. Now nubla prime minister on side. How ba you peki sa dinao? Ba you kisel one hap na peki. Man bla help you peki dinao me. Em sidane. Timothy James Koeser.
You blow by running government yet? Me no Rossy prime minister or whatever. I'm just taking over the head of state position. So I will represent a country with all of these other countries. Asylum me finish.
Namba face mo le.
Only not talk one all but yes sir, that's all.
You sinda na rani country Papua New Guinea na stop na em pa face mo. Na em karam samdi ni kamia. You ba kisina dili na. You kisina utili lem la people play ya.
That's it.
Me bla people play ba benefit le your leader blem bla. Na em ba go fight him rights blem me bla ya. Na kisim lo la hap na karakam give you bla now. You bla ba ki walk ya. Time to have him go said now release. Even Dino, em ba gonna roast him. Em ba talk him straight ya. Me pon finish the Papua New Guinea. Now why na plan look savile. My pet certificate them stop ya.
You yet give it on me.
You give him finish them ya. Now even come lo queen you give him them ya.
No.
Why na you no recognize me? Now me no bin allow you look sa Dino. Me no sale sa Dino. Me stop finish you give sa Dino. Em problem. Em yet pa court one them all. Na me plan pa free. Na time gonna send em kisi kamia. Em you bla kisi na you bla kaman bla you bla kisi na. You bla rani country me bla send relax na. Let me face him all stop. So em this Sunday me talk because me fight this Sunday long time. We no got na bla kaman. All think this side blow let criticize blow because all no got resource all no got nothing all la keke one is a white man. All think the keke one the white man. How much thousand all kimo all la keke. So all no think is a good problem people. Me talk good problem people. Good problem country. We by me bla put on ota. So tell you think in Islam, you say man help the country, em sit down one day you stop.
That's it.
Em sit down one day you stop. You just recognize him. Most people also you talk get the head of state. You kiss him as head of state. Em also me don't ask you the money.
Yeah,
we don't ask you the 1% no. We don't ask you for money. We don't ask you for anything.
We're asking to give you money.
We are asking you to just recognize and then we'll bring the money in.
That's it.
That's it. And we'll help you. Help the country.
That's it.
The people. Important is the people. You represent the people. So we want to help. Mibla la help. Because Mibla sacrifice life Mibla lokisa work for years and years. You know what man help Mibla. Me want a man blame me.
God does it.
And God start talking me when a well blame. And me just a blame na sa stop. For years me ta work him sa work. Me just a come go no am only way me just a pray. Na cry lo kota sol. Papa could you also go over sandik right. So me ta come I'm time long him now. Time long now me ta come out not talk out. Where you must look at nice me come up head of state.
Now all got a heavy blow money and everything.
And by finish.
Just that fast.
Now
Just have fun.
you come a prime minister. Now you may have understand you person done. You know na face you on the white man. You know na face you on the country. You just stop the Papa you can you relax. Walk long me
Thinking
dem
of
go out.
spending money, that's all.
Walk long by what? Me don't ask you money. Me don't ask you 1%. We just asked you to recognize him as a head of state. That's all.
Because I'm the legal head of state. And just let you know.
Yeah,
People know
he
against him law. We're right on the law.
empon. It's bloodline belong.
Me air
Plan.
belong. So
Bloodline
that's it.
belong.
Me next of kin, Lord Julius Caesar. So all the standing belonging and me. That's it. So what we're asking is that you agree with us, and then we can do this thing, and then we can benefit the country and fix all of these problems. Okay. So
That's
you
true.
good job. You win him election, Finis. And now you're going to Moresby. Now you want to change the country. So nobody has an idea how to fix the country. Now me and my wife, we've just explained to you a very easy way to fix the country.
For you, all the members, all the new members.
Just call my name, Timothy James Koeser. Recognize me as the head of state, and then I will take care of everything else. So thank you so much. Haram Liglik Tokyo Plumipla. Some more concerned citizens, and we know that we're in
Yeah.
a very big problem, and this is a huge problem. Now, I mean, up down in country, believe me. Now, we're already sinking. So because of that, now Mipla come, Mipla talk, talk, now Mipla hope you can one by one.
Yes, you said you watching this la. Please, me like you lo seritim, go lo seritim this la all movie ko ante, go lo nabla line 2. Nabla citizen bla papa nikini. Oh, you said member looking, sale go lo nabla. You said one bla now Canada you win. You swim go lo nabla. Na talking all, one sandi me bla talk. Lo help him country. Because you want, you know not. So me bla la help him. We are here to help. So, Dr. Plumita Kamosem. Em taso mila.
So thank you very much, and have a nice day.